Hi, my name is Tracy and I work for the West Virginia University Extension Service with the Family Nutrition Program. And I've been invited to share some recycled gardening ideas with you this week. So one of my favorite things to do is to find random objects to grow our plants in. With money being tight and not wanting to go into the stores as much, it's kind of an opportunity to get creative. So this one, as you can see, I am growing my bell pepper in a gallon milk jug or water jug that I had on hand. Really anything that is going to hold soil that is made of a sturdy plastic or other material. The biggest thing when you're using recycled items like these is that you need to puncture holes in the bottom for drainage. Otherwise, the water is going to fill up the container if it rains. So make sure that you take some scissors or something and you just want to poke or try to poke a few holes in the bottom, or I think maybe scissors might be better here. Just poke a few holes, just enough so that if you got a really heavy rain, the water will run out, but not lose too much soil. So you'll just fill them up and plant your seeds just like you normally would in a store-bought pot. Also great for starting seeds are egg cartons. They're small. They even have their own little compartments so that when the roots form in there, you can pull them out easily. Just be really gentle. I've got some seeds started here that aren't currently growing very well, but I have some here. To-go containers are really great for microgreens. If you're participating in the Grow This challenge, you receive microgreens, and to-go containers are really great. They actually have their own little greenhouse built in, so you can put your lids on top, let the heat stay in and the moisture stay in, and then once they germinate, you always want to make sure to take the lids off of your plants once they have started to sprout and germinate. Over here I have an old salad container, which is really great. I've got wildflowers sprouting in here right now. Once again, I've got my built-in greenhouse, and I even have some little sprouts in there, so I haven't killed them yet, so that's exciting. We've got random buckets. One of my favorite recycled hacks are the grocery bags that you use to go grocery shopping in that you usually forget in your car anyway. So this is a great way to use them. If you notice, I didn't go and buy any expensive trellising or anything like that. I went out into the woods, or you can go on a hike, find a nice sturdy stick, and then use whatever yarn or string you have around the house. I did the same with our sugar snap peas here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of these guys. We planted them about 35 days ago. They're growing like crazy. Maybe a taller stick would have been better, but I'm excited to see when they get flowers, and hopefully we'll get some sugar snap peas. Really anything is game. Just make sure you do those drainage holes. But one thing that you may not think you can grow if you have a small growing space is potatoes. Typically, potatoes use a lot of acreage and go deep into the ground. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to grow potatoes on my tiny little porch here, since this property isn't mine. So we're going to grow them here on our porch. So I'm just going to use the bag that the soil came in. You can also use feed sacks or any kind of bag that is maybe about like a 50-pound bag or so. So it's nice and big. Once again, you're going to cut drainage holes in the bottom. I went ahead and already cut a couple, but just a few, just so that you don't get piles of like kind of like a overflowing of water. And then you're going to fold down the sides of your bag, and you're going to fold it way down in the beginning. You're going to fold until you have about a foot in length. So you're going to fold it all the way down. And then we're going to make some room on my table here. And we're going to add soil about halfway up in our bag. So we're going to fill it. And who are we kidding? These are the best garden tools you'll ever have. Your hands. So we're going to fill it up. And then if you're lazy, dump it in. Okay, so we're going to fill it up. Let's see how that did there. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to fill it up to about this high in the bag. Then we're going to take our potatoes that have little eyes. So if you can see here, this potato is starting to sprout just a little bit. These little nodulars are called the eye of the potato. So we always want the eye facing up in our bags. So we're going to bury them in our bag. And if you want to show them how deep I'm burying them. So we're going to bury them in our bag with the eye facing up about halfway down into the soil. And I am going to plant a couple extra just in case some don't grow. Can always deal with that later. Okay, so we're going to put them down about halfway, so about 3 inches under the soil, and that's it. So the trick to planting in a bag or any type of smaller container like this is as the potatoes start to grow, maybe about 3 or 4 inches, you'll get green sprouts starting to unfold. What you'll do is you're actually going to cover them up with soil. You're not smothering them. They'll actually grow through it. So you'll continue to add soil. And as you add the soil and your potatoes grow, you're going to make the bag taller. And then once they start to grow another 3 or 4 inches, you're going to add more soil and you're going to keep growing. And at this time, you know, you're going to start seeing that your bag is going to be nice and full with lots of roots. The potatoes will keep growing, and you're just going to keep doing it and keep doing it until you get to about the top. Now you're going to have a nice big full bag of soil. Those green potato plants are then going to get little flowers, and from there they'll start to die. And when they start to die, that means instead of sending the nutrients to the leaves and shoots above ground, it's actually pulling those nutrients back down into the potatoes so that the smaller potatoes can obtain nutrients to grow larger. Once your potatoes are brown on top, you'll actually get to dump out the bag, and inside should be your potatoes. I'm really excited to see how mine do. Please make sure to share what happens with your garden and maybe some creative ideas for gardening pots. The Elkins Main Street is actually going to be giving a prize for the most creative use of recycled gardening items. So make sure to post your pictures of your recycled garden, and I look forward to seeing how they're doing. Thanks, and have a great day.